Hey everyone, welcome to the MatMadik cast channel. Listen, thank you so much for coming back. Life been giving me a lot of curveballs. Computer broke, and on top of that, a friend of mine sadly had um, bad news that their father had been hospitalized, and that kind of it was a pretty hard curveball to overcome. So we're just praying for them. I appreciate your well wishes, guys. I think that's more than anything, more than subs, more than likes, more than anything else. Just your prayers and your well wishes. I'd appreciate that. Um, all right, everyone. Let's get straight into it. And thank you very much for checking out the video. Let's have a look at this video. Loza made it onto America's Real Voice, and yeah, oh sorry, Real America's Voice. And his song "BITLER," thank goodness, hit #1 on Amazon, and we got to celebrate our victories. So let's just hear him out. What he's gonna say on this matter.
Let's bring in our friend Loza Alexander. We teased him a moment ago. We've had him on before with the song "Let's Go, Brandon." Now he's got a new one about Joe Biden, and the tech overlords are not happy about it. Good morning, Loza.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We're doing great. Now, as I understand it, the song is sort of a combination Biden and Hitler, BITLER. And you take him on over that recent speech where he called MAGA supporters fascists, and you're not happy about it. Some of the tech overlords are trying to block you. As I understand it, Amazon and others are not, and you are rising on the charts. Talk about what's going on right now.
Yeah, it definitely caught me by surprise. These big tech companies, and their excuses on why they wanted to take the song down was absolutely mind blowing. They're saying I'm spreading Nazi propaganda, which is.
So I didn't follow that. Is that the case? Spreading Nazi propaganda. If they actually use that phrase, I'd love to see if anyone could just give me a link to that quote. If he shared that in a community post or on one of his live streams. Nazi propaganda. Well, that's very interesting. I think Jordan Peterson was on Piers Morgan recently. I heard from Dr. Steve Turley, and he made a very interesting point about this whole fascination with Hitler, that society has a demonization of Hitler. And he said something very interesting that's challenging to, or something that a lot of people hadn't considered, that Hitler's a lot more like a lot of us than we'd like to admit, in that he was all for people being segregated and isolated if they didn't conform to a certain dogma or a certain ideology and so on. So the whole thing about the people being more powerful, or the pennies of the poor outweighing the wealth of the rich, or the people being more powerful than the government they elect, comes from that. These people, the people who support the Nazi regime, if you will, that something like BITLER seems to be pushing, are the power of the BITLERs, if you will. And they are like agents in the matrix. They're mini thems, or mini me's, if you will. Hopefully I align myself more with the patriot side rather than the national socialist movement side, i.e. the Nazi side. So yeah, I gotta say, it's very rich. I mean, for loads of a patriot to be told that. But anyway, let's keep going.
Just crazy. I've seen the craziest stuff, man. But the LOZA train and the rest of the conservative voices are powerful, and we've always shown that. And I told everybody, hey, since they're banning us here, let's be petty and get it on Amazon Music, and they went straight for it, literally as soon as I posted.
That's beautiful. God bless you, Loza. That's the thing. I mean, if it wasn't bad enough that Loza was dealing with so-called patriots on his side, I mean, fellow MAGA rappers who ought to be on his side, promoting his message, he has to deal with people who are accusing him of being a false prophet and so on. And it's like, that's interesting. It seems to say a lot more about themselves, and people can't see the value that someone like Loza can bring. But oh well, God's got his corner, and just the same way I'm asking for prayers and well wishes from you all. I think Loza, he realized that to reach out to God when you're being persecuted, and you'll be delivered, and he's been delivered. So God bless you, Loza.
So I'm just proud of the American people and everybody who's contributing to put this message out there.
Amen.
It's soaring on Amazon Music, and congratulations to you. We don't always like Amazon has been in this nasty business of censoring people as well and being too far left, but in this case,
And that's the beauty of it. This is why Loza, like he was telling somebody in the comments, I checked his comment he said about him being blackballed or, you know, censored or on TikTok. And he was saying, hey, wait, are they racist or insane? I think that's the name of his video title. I'm being discriminated against, and you're saying that I'm being racist. Well, I don't want to go down that racist thing. I don't use the N word myself, and I don't even like to push that racism issue so much because that's not where my focus is. That being said, somebody in the comments said to him, why are you on TikTok in the first place? It's a China-owned company, and myself, I'm not on the... And it's not about the China thing. I love Chinese people. It's the CCP, you understand, that we're not messing with right now. And at the same time, it's a shame because naturally you lump people, China companies into that when you say you don't want to work with them. I've worked with companies in China myself, and probably still am in some way. In some company I work with is connected, you know, Taiwan, but who knows what will happen in the future. But anyway, and I love that company, but I know it's not their choice to be wrangled by CCP when it comes to the top levels. But we don't deal with it pushing politics or anything. It's just educational stuff. But that being said, yeah, Loza was like saying, look, you have to be smart. We have to get, essentially, what I said in the comments, I realized he has to reach the normies. If the normies are on TikTok, if the normies are on Amazon, if they're on Twitter, you have to find a way to reach them. This is what a lot of great, what do you call them? Influencers, if you will, realize. And the trick is to catch them off guard. Amazon, I mean, BITLER went to #1 on Amazon, and it's not thanks to Amazon. You know, so it's thanks to God and the people who support the patriotic movement and so on. Excuse me. So that's what we're dealing with here, and therefore, yeah, don't give up the fight of getting your voices out there. I'm sure once Amazon clock on or get somebody puts a word in their ear, somebody will probably try and jump on them to try and say, oh, Loza's here too, blackball him. But while they're trying to put, it's a bit like Piggy in the middle. You put like a don't kick me sign on the back of somebody, and people aren't kicking them. The person gets angry at who kicks them. They turn around to challenge that person, and when they turn around, another bully comes behind and kicks them. It's kind of what we're doing to the deep state right now. Even though we're not trying to give them a kick, you know, maliciously, we're just being ourselves. What they interpret it as a kick. So when they're putting the energy on Twitter to try and silence people, we go to Amazon, and when they go to Amazon, we go somewhere else. Thankfully, right now, Rumble is a bit of a safe haven. But anyway, people.
at least for now, they're saying, hey, free speech prevails.
Maybe things have gone so far that they finally realize that this censorship is just unwarranted, especially when you see the...
Again, let's see how this plays out.
It is idiocy of this current administration. It's hard to deny. A lot of people in our chat are talking about you, and they're saying that they listen to your music, and a lot of them are saying that they never listened to rap music before until they heard your song. So you're breaking barriers here.
How do you feel about that? You breaking down
Yeah.
barriers. We're going to hear a clip of the song in a minute, but talk about what Karen's raising. It's a good subject.
I'm glad your name is Karen, lady. The whole thing of calling certain ladies Karens because of, you know, reasons, and essentially using it as a racial slur, you know, one way or another, it's terrible to the name Karen. So God bless you, lady, for being called Karen and saying it proudly. I'm just joking. Speaking of which, Whoopi Goldberg's real name is Karen.
Well, it's kind of hard to hear you. Sorry about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Karen was basically saying that we have people in our live chat on Getter who are saying, look, I don't always listen to rap music, but LOZA with his songs has brought me into a new genre. So there may be people of different backgrounds, different races who are saying, I like the man's music. And certainly.
I like the message.
And they like the message because they agree with you on the MAGA America First agenda. What do you think about bringing new people into your music?
That's a good question, because it's one thing to write the message and simply love LOZA because of the message he's pushing, but it's another thing to love the music. Like Tom MacDonald, I tend to appreciate more of his message songs rather than his songs just about alcoholism and so on. I mean, MAGA message songs, even if it's indirectly so. Patriotic message. But it all comes down to what constitutes a good song. But yeah, to me, in my opinion, the MAGA message songs are my favorite. But like, I don't follow LOZA with the relationship stuff. But I want to reach her and let's hear what LOZA says.
It's incredible, and it's something new. This hasn't happened before. I don't think in the history of America. This has never been this popular. You know, thanks to Trump, President Trump being the great president that he was, and
Who? Trump. Oh.
been this popular. You know, thanks to Trump, President Trump being the great president that he was, and yeah, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I've seen a lot of comments of people saying they don't listen to hip hop music, they listen to rap music, but they love my music, and they're very consistent in supporting and stuff because, you know, the message is that powerful, and people are that tired, people are that stressed out. People want to change in this country of all colors, and people are starting to wake up, and they're starting to see what, you know, Joe Biden's presidency is doing. The inflation, you know, all the mistakes he's been making, he's been dragging us down and literally crippling all the legs that's holding up America as we speak. So I mean, you know, that's just the pain from this country, man. So it's a very beautiful thing.
Hey man, speaking of a dude who made a diss Trump record once, thank you, Playboy the Beast, for trying to expose LOZA, but only making me realize how much more of a genuine person he is for making the transformation. A lot of people on the left, even family members, are so married to leftist ideology that they cannot break bread with me. And it's at one point it was like, oh, this is almost such a disappointment. But then I realized, you know what? God deals with us all in our own times. Who knows? Maybe I'm in the wrong, if you want to put it that way. I would say, but now I'm thinking, you know what? I once came with my tail between my legs to try and break bread with a said relative over us falling out over him thinking that supporting Trump is immoral or something. I thought, all right, listen, dude, I may be wrong, but let's at least break bread, you know? But no, do you support Trump? Yeah. Then I'm my friend. I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's leave things the way they are. After a while, you realize that there's no coming together. I withdraw my attempt to break bread, and so on. Essentially, but anyway, LOZA, God bless you.
People want to change in all colors. That's pretty good.
They do. They want to hear you sing too. They're all petitioning to
in all colors, brown and white in particular. Well, it's not white; it's peach or whatever it is.
hear a song
Well,
here.
if you want to do it in a minute, let's hear a quick clip from the new song BITLER, where
wasn't that it?
LOZA takes on Joe Biden. Watch.
To take this country backwards.
Shut up, Biden.
Backwards to an America where there is no right to choose, no right to privacy, no right to contraception, no right to marry who you love.
Yes, I think what's great about LOZA saying "Shut up, Biden" is because all that stuff is lies, and you can tell people who believe that they aren't lies, that they're lies. But of course, it would be to no avail. We literally have to let God tell the story here, let things play out. There's like LOZA. I used to be like a ignorant person who just thought Trump was all this and that and the other. As time goes by, God reveals what we need to know to us in ways that will reach us that no other person can manufacture. So that's it. Just let it grow, let it show. You know what I'm saying? Let it flow. It's like the whole thing about the walls are closing in on Trump. The walls are closing in. After a while, when the penny started to drop with me on Trump, ever since he survived the first impeachment trial, and then I realized, all right, well, if he's been to court, fair enough, you can say lawyers did dirty tricks and whatnot, but after a while, something probably that you probably held an accusation at him that didn't hold water, at least one of them. So then I said, all right, let me see just how far the rabbit hole goes with potential lies against Trump, and then I was blown away what I found out. And then I thought, all right, that's it. I may not know everything about the guy, but I certainly don't believe people who've been telling lies on the guy. And the fact that, in contrast, Trump had a lot more things that he claimed that he did that are actually true. I thought, okay, I support Trump. You have to come face reality at some point, and then that's what LOZA's done.
They promote authoritarian leaders and they fan the flames of
Projection.
political violence.
It's clever. He's stuck. Let's go, Brandon, in there. I just realized.
I see you
Along, and the song's over.
bopping on the monitor. I see Karen bopping over here. Do you want to sing a few bars of it or what?
The most famous line, I'm glad you said that, because the line that got popular on TikTok said, when we go to war in 2024, tell me who you voting for. It said, Trump, Trump, Trump.
Yo,
man, you already know. MAGA gang to the floor. Red, red, red. It just blew up on TikTok. It just blew up on.
I like the way he cleverly took that quote and he used it to tell the story of what has happened. Stay on point, pretty much.
TikTok went crazy, man. The energy is insane.
All right, so tell the Patriots out there where they can download the song right now, since some are blocking it, some are not, and where they can find you on social media and other places.
Cool, thank you, appreciate that, man. Amazon Music is where you guys want to go, since we're already charting there. So you want to download on Amazon Music, just search up LOZA Alexander and BITLER. You can find me on Instagram, and you can find me on Spotify as well. And my Instagram is I am LOZA Alexander and the number 9. So you guys can download it both places, Spotify and Amazon Music.
All right, can you? We're going to bring in our friend Terrence. Can you give a shout out and say, hey,
Terrence, cousin Terrence K. Williams.
However you want to do it.
Is that his hat? Cousin T.
Let's bring in our buddy Terrence out in Denver.
All right, cool.
Please, please. Oh,
Rosa, good morning.
That's not Terrence K. Williams. Anyway, this dude's probably good enough.
Morning.
What's going on, Terrence?
Man,
No,
I'm
he's
trying
a
to
West
make
Coast.
it. West Side.
He's going West Coast on us. There you go. He gave us a W.
He got it.
You weren't expecting that this morning, were you?
It's early, man. Let's turn up.
Man, we appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Turn up.
Beautiful, man. Thank you
right.
guys
LOZA,
for
thank
supporting
you.
me, man.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Next stop, Billboard.
奇跡みたいなことが起こるということを初めて体験して、う
Sorry,
ちの
people.
娘が、まあ
Really, maybe I should get my
30
YouTube Premium account back on. Alright, but that was excellent. I'm gonna end on that image. People, thank you so much for checking out the video. Let's support LOZA. Let me know what you think. Well, let me know what you think. Whether you support him or not, let me know what you think. But for those who support LOZA, let's continue supporting LOZA. Next up, Billboard. Yeah, he's been off that Billboard too long. I mean, towards that top end. God bless you, LOZA. And yeah, where we go, one we go, people. And thank you very much for your well wishes and your cares, prayers, and so on. And yeah, please, I'd appreciate them if you can. Appreciate it if you can continue to send your prayers for my friend's father who's in the hospital. And yeah, I wish you all. I said my prayers go out to you all, also as we're going through this time. Peace.